Today, we're diving into the unexpected history of things you use every day. From your morning coffee to the humble toothbrush, we're uncovering the surprising origins and evolution of everyday items. So sit back, relax, and prepare to be amazed. Coffee, that magical elixir that kickstarts our day. But did you know that coffee's journey to your cup is quite a tale? Legend has it that coffee was discovered in Ethiopia by a goat herder named Kaldi. He noticed his goats became unusually energetic after eating berries from a certain tree. Intrigued, Kaldi tried the berries himself and felt the same burst of energy. He shared his discovery with a local monk, who made a drink from the berries and found it helped him stay awake during long prayers. From there, coffee spread to the Arabian Peninsula, where it became an integral part of culture and commerce. By the 15th century, coffee houses, known as kahve-khane, became popular in Persia, Egypt, and the Ottoman Empire. These coffee houses were not just places to drink coffee. They were centers of social interaction, intellectual exchange, and even political discussions. Fast forward to today, and coffee is a global phenomenon. Whether you prefer it black, with milk, or as a fancy latte, remember that your cup of joe has a rich and storied history that spans centuries and continents. Now let's talk about something a bit more personal. Toilet paper. An essential item we often take for granted, but its history is anything but ordinary. Before the invention of toilet paper, people used a variety of materials for personal hygiene. In ancient Rome, a sponge on a stick called a tersorium was commonly used. And in China, records from the 6th century mention the use of paper for sanitary purposes. Modern toilet paper as we know it was invented in the mid-19th century. Joseph Gaetti introduced the first commercially available toilet paper in the United States in 1857. It was sold in flat sheets and marketed as medicated paper for the water closet. However, it wasn't until the early 20th century that perforated toilet paper rolls became popular, thanks to the Scott Paper Company. Today, toilet paper comes in various textures, plies, and even colors. So next time you reach for that roll, take a moment to appreciate the evolution of this humble yet essential item. Speaking of hygiene, let's brush up on the history of the toothbrush. The earliest known toothbrushes date back to around 3500 BC in ancient Egypt and Babylon, where people used frayed twigs known as chew sticks to clean their teeth. Fast forward to the Tang Dynasty in China, 619–907 AD, where the first bristle toothbrushes were invented. These early toothbrushes were made from bamboo or bone handles with bristles from hogs' necks. The toothbrush design we recognize today was developed in England in the late 18th century. William Addis is credited with creating the first mass-produced toothbrush in 1780 while he was in prison. He drilled holes into a bone handle, inserted bristles, and secured them with glue. Today, toothbrushes come in a variety of designs, including electric versions that offer advanced cleaning technologies. The journey from ancient chew sticks to high-tech dental tools shows how far we've come in maintaining oral hygiene. Let's move on to something that keeps us dry on rainy days: the umbrella. The umbrella has been around for thousands of years. Ancient Egyptians and Chinese used umbrellas made from palm leaves, feathers, and silk to protect themselves from the sun. These early umbrellas were often symbols of status and power. It wasn't until the 17th century that umbrellas became popular in Europe. At first, they were primarily used by women as parasols to shield themselves from the sun. By the 18th century, men started using them as well, and the design evolved to include steel ribs, making them more durable and practical for rainy weather. Today, umbrellas come in all shapes and sizes, from compact travel versions to large sturdy models. So next time you open your umbrella, remember its long history of keeping people sheltered from the elements. Now, let's dig into the history of the fork, an essential dining tool with a fascinating past. The fork's history dates back to ancient Greece and Rome, where two-pronged utensils were used for cooking and serving food. However, it wasn't until the Middle Ages that forks became more commonly used for eating, especially in the Byzantine Empire. Forks made their way to Italy in the 11th century and gradually spread throughout Europe. Initially, they were met with resistance, as many people considered them unnecessary and even sinful. By the 16th century, Forks gained acceptance among the European aristocracy, with designs featuring multiple tines for easier handling of food. Today, forks are a staple in dining settings worldwide, available in numerous styles for different types of cuisine. The evolution of the fork reflects changing dining habits and cultural practices over centuries. Next, let's take a closer look at the history of glasses, a life-changing invention for many. The use of vision aids dates back to ancient Rome, where Seneca the Younger used a glass globe filled with water to magnify text. In China, people used crystal stones as early as the 5th century to aid their vision. The first wearable eyeglasses were invented in Italy in the late 13th century. These early spectacles featured convex lenses mounted in frames that rested on the nose. By the 15th century, glasses became more common in Europe, with innovations in lens making improving their effectiveness. Today, glasses come in countless styles and are an essential accessory for millions of people. From prescription lenses to fashionable frames, the history of glasses showcases human ingenuity in improving vision and quality of life. Now let's turn our attention to clocks, the devices that keep us on schedule. Timekeeping has been important to human societies for thousands of years. Ancient Egyptians used sundials, while the Greeks and Chinese developed water clocks to measure time. The first mechanical clocks appeared in Europe during the 14th century, revolutionizing how time was measured and perceived. These early clocks were large and often installed in church towers. By the 16th century, portable timepieces like pocket watches became popular, further advancing timekeeping technology. Today, clocks are everywhere, from digital alarms to sophisticated smartwatches. The evolution of clocks highlights our ever-growing need to measure and manage time accurately. Finally, let's shed some light on the history of the light bulb. Before the light bulb, people relied on candles, oil lamps, and gas lamps for illumination. These methods had limitations and safety concerns. The invention of the incandescent light bulb in the late 19th century changed everything. While Thomas Edison is often credited with inventing the light bulb, many inventors contributed to its development. Edison's key innovation was creating a practical and long-lasting filament, which made electric lighting viable for everyday use. Today, lighting technology has advanced significantly, with energy-efficient LEDs and smart lighting systems becoming commonplace. The journey from candles to LEDs demonstrates the remarkable progress in how we illuminate our world. If you want to see more, check out this video right here about the most unbelievable history facts you never knew. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.